Hello, dear friends. Today I want to talk to you about something very special that can transform your health and well-being, especially if you are already over 50, 60, or 70 years old. Do you know that little green plant that many people keep in the kitchen just to add flavor to their food? That's right, Basil. What few people know is that this humble plant hides ancient healing secrets that have been passed down for generations in various cultures around the world. In ancient India, basil, especially the variety called tulsi, was so highly valued that it was given the title of Queen of Herbs. It's no wonder. Indian sages realized that no disease could resist its healing powers. They used it daily not only to strengthen the body, but also to bring peace and clarity to the mind. And it wasn't just the Indians who discovered this green treasure. The ancient Egyptians also valued basil so much that they used it in the sacred rituals of mummifying the pharaohs. Just imagine how highly they valued this plant if they used it for something so important. In ancient Greece, basil symbolized purification and vital strength, while in African traditions it was used as a natural antibiotic, long before modern medicines were invented. It's really fascinating, isn't it? How such different cultures, separated by oceans and mountains, without the internet or phones to communicate, came to the same conclusions about the powers of this little plant. That doesn't happen by chance. When so many ancient civilizations converge on the same knowledge, it's worth paying attention. And the most interesting thing is that today, with all our technology and modern laboratories, science is only confirming what our ancestors already knew from their own experience. Scientists have discovered that basil is like a pharmacy in leaf form. It is full of antioxidants that fight cellular aging, essential oils that calm our nervous system, flavonoids that protect the heart, and anti-inflammatory compounds that relieve pain. It's as if each little leaf were a small natural laboratory, where dozens of compounds work together in perfect harmony to balance our body. But what does that mean for us, especially after the age of 50? I want to share. I want to share with you 6 wonderful benefits that tea from this plant can bring to our daily lives. First, relief from pain and inflammation. You know those joint pains that show up mainly in the morning or when the weather changes? Or maybe the muscle aches after a more active day? Basil contains 2 special compounds called eugenol and linalool. They work in a similar way to medications like ibuprofen, but without those side effects on the stomach and kidneys that many medicines cause. They naturally block pain signals in the body, bringing relief to those who suffer from arthritis, osteoarthritis, or other forms of chronic pain. And it doesn't stop there. Basil is also a great friend of the heart. As we get older, cardiovascular health becomes more and more of a concern, doesn't it? Here's where the second important benefit comes in. The flavonoids found in basil work directly on the blood vessels, helping them relax and improving blood flow. This helps to naturally control blood pressure. In addition, these compounds help lower bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol, creating a healthier balance. With this, it reduces the risk of serious problems like heart attacks and strokes, which are the main causes of concern among us who are already over 50. Have you noticed how we become more susceptible to colds and the flu as the years go by? This happens because our immune system naturally becomes less efficient as we age. This is where the third benefit of basil tea comes in. It is very rich in antioxidants like vitamin C, beta-carotene, and zeaxanthin, which strengthen our natural defenses. These nutrients fight the well-known free radicals, those molecules that damage our cells and speed up aging. Basil also stimulates the production of blood cells, white blood cells, our defense cells, making the body more resistant to viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Many people who start drinking the tea regularly notice that they get sick less often, even during those sudden changes in temperature. And who here has never complained about forgetfulness or that feeling of mental fog? As we age, it's normal to notice some changes in our ability to remember and concentrate. The fourth benefit of basil is precisely its ability to improve these functions. The essential oils found in the leaves have a calming effect on the nervous system. They help reduce cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and increase the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which bring a sense of well-being and mental clarity. Many elderly people who start drinking the tea regularly report that the mental confusion gradually goes away, giving way to a more alert and focused mind. In addition, basil can be an ally against symptoms of depression, insomnia, and even in the prevention of diseases like Alzheimer's. The fifth benefit, which is very important for many of us after the age of 50, is blood sugar control. Scientific research shows that basil helps improve insulin sensitivity and control glucose levels. Imagine that its active compounds work like a kind of natural brake, slowing down the absorption of sugars in the intestine and preventing those dangerous spikes in blood sugar. This is essential for preventing and helping to control type 2 diabetes, a condition that becomes more common at our age. Of course, if you already have diabetes, it's important to talk to your doctor before including any natural treatment in your routine. And last but not least, basil tea is great for our digestive system. Who hasn't suffered from digestive discomforts like gas, reflux, or constipation, especially after a certain age? Basil stimulates the production of bile and digestive enzymes, making the whole digestion process easier. In addition, it protects the liver against toxins and heavy metals, helping the body eliminate impurities more easily. A healthy liver is essential for our overall health, since this organ is responsible for more than 500 different functions in our body. Now that we know all these wonderful benefits, you must be wondering, how do you prepare basil tea the right way to make the most of its potential? The way you prepare it makes all the difference, you know. I'm going to share a simple and effective recipe with you. You will need a tablespoon of fresh or dried basil leaves. If possible, choose organic. 250 milliliters of filtered water, a slice of fresh ginger, which is optional but enhances the effects, and a few drops of lemon, which help with nutrient absorption. The preparation is very simple. Boil the water in a small pot, turn off the heat, add the basil and ginger, cover the pot, and let it sit for about 10 minutes. This time is important for the active ingredients to be released into the water. After that, just strain it and add a few drops of lemon. Ideally, you should drink it warm without adding sugar. For best results, I recommend drinking a cup on an empty stomach right after waking up, when your stomach is empty and absorption is better. If you want, have another cup before going to bed to help with relaxation and sleep quality. It's important to keep using it for at least 30 consecutive days to start noticing the deeper benefits. The tea can be consumed daily, but it's healthy to take a 1-week break every 3 months so your body doesn't get too used to it. Also remember that the tea works even better when combined with other healthy habits, such as a natural diet rich in fruits and vegetables. daily walks, even if they're short, and peaceful nights of sleep. It's the combination of these practices that brings the most transformative results. The tea, as it is written in Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 12. Along the river, on both banks, fruit trees of all kinds will grow. Their leaves will not wither, and their fruit will not fail. Every month they will bear fruit, because the waters from the sanctuary flow to them. Their fruit will serve as food, and their leaves as medicine. This passage shows us that, since biblical times, the healing power of the plants and leaves that God placed in our path was already recognized. Important warning. Although it is natural, there are some common mistakes that can reduce the benefits of tea or even cause adverse reactions, especially for us, who often take other medications. I will share 5 essential precautions. First, avoid drinking tea right after a heavy meal. The active ingredients are better absorbed when your stomach is empty. Ideally, you should wait at least an hour after eating. Second, never sweeten the tea with white sugar because it creates an inflammatory effect in the body, going against all the anti-inflammatory benefits we're looking for. If you really need to sweeten it, use a little pure honey or natural stevia. Third, whenever possible, avoid those commercial tea bags from the supermarket. They usually lose a good part of their active ingredients during processing. Ideally, use fresh leaves from your own garden or buy dried leaves from a reliable source. Fourth, be careful when mixing different types of teas, because some herbs don't go well together or may interact with medications. If you take prescription medications, it's always good to talk to your doctor first. And lastly, don't give up in the first few weeks. Many people drink the tea for a few days, don't see immediate results, and give up. Medicinal teas have a cumulative effect on the body, like a savings account. You deposit a little bit every day, and over time, the interest accumulates. You need consistency to see the transformation happen. To wrap up our conversation today, I want to share with you a special recipe I learned while studying the habits of the people who live in the Himalayas, known for their longevity and vitality, even at an advanced age. It's an elixir that combines basil with other powerful ingredients, creating a drink with even deeper effects on health. To prepare this special elixir, you will need 1 teaspoon of dried basil leaves and 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. That yellow spice many people call turmeric. 2 thin slices of fresh ginger, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, a pinch of black pepper, which helps with the absorption of turmeric, and 250 ml of filtered water. If you want, you can add a teaspoon of pure honey, but only when the tea is warm, so you don't lose the properties of the honey. The preparation is similar to the simple tea, but with a few differences. Heat the water with the ginger and turmeric. When it starts to boil, lower the heat and add the basil. Turn off the heat, cover the pot, and let it rest for 10 minutes. Then strain it and add the lemon juice and a pinch of pepper. The honey goes in last, if you choose to use it. This elixir is even more potent than simple basil tea. It combines the anti-inflammatory properties of basil with the power of turmeric and ginger, creating a drink that reduces inflammation, improves digestion, strengthens the immune system, enhances memory, protects the heart, and promotes a true cleansing of the body. The recommendation for this elixir is a little different. Drink a cup on an empty stomach and, if you wish, another one before bed for 40 consecutive days. Then take a 1-week break and start again. During this period, try to drink plenty of water throughout the day to help eliminate toxins. Dear friends, We've reached the end of our conversation today. Nature is generous and offers us so many treasures to take care of our health. Basil is just one example of the power of plants, which are often within our reach, but we forget to value them amid the rush of daily life and the constant advertising of mass-produced medicines. Remember, every cup of tea you drink with awareness and gratitude is a step toward a healthier and fuller life. Old age doesn't have to be a time of limitations and illness. On the contrary, it can and should be a time of wisdom, autonomy, and patience. It's a stage where we can reap the fruits of the experiences we've accumulated and still live with energy and joy. I invite you to experience the power of basil and share this wisdom with the people you love. A simple tea can be the beginning of a great transformation in a loved one's health. After all, the greatest gift we can give to those we love is the knowledge that brings health and quality of life. Thank you very much for your attention up to this point. I wish you good health, peace, and well-being. Until next time.